So tell me a little about yourself and your business.
My name's Mark Marais. I've been here in Northern Ireland for just over 30 years now. I'm originally from Zimbabwe, and not long after I came over, I set up a business sending people out to Africa, and I ran and managed that for 25 years, that business, and then sort of went into semi-retirement, and then decided, no, I want to get back into travel. It's a passion of mine, always has been. And so I started up again as Mark Marais Travel, basically working for myself as a consultant, offering services, travel services to people.
All right. And who would be your ideal customer, Mark?
It's more, I'd say, towards the top end of the market, which I've always done. But if somebody wants to go to Africa, somebody wants to go to Indian Ocean Islands or Asia or somewhere I've been to, and I know I can really provide them the holiday of their dreams. You know, I've got that knowledge and experience, and then I'm comfortable, they're comfortable, we work well together. I give them the knowledge, they go away comfortable, and before they even leave, that, you know, they're in good hands and they're going to be well looked after, and you know, it's been researched properly and done properly.
And where would your favorite place be? Where would, if you had to pick one place for somebody from Northern Ireland to go to, where would that be?
I'm an African, so I'm always going to say Africa, you know, but I've been lucky. I've traveled all over. I've spent a lot of time. Mauritius is very dear to me. I've spent a lot of time out there. We were sort of pioneers of golfing holidays into Mauritius, so it's very dear to me. But Africa, you know, to me, put me in the bush, put me at Victoria Falls, and then on safari, something like that. Yeah, that's a dream.
That sounds fantastic. So, look, of all the actions that you've taken because of the pandemic, are there any that will remain part of your business ongoing?
Well, obviously, a sort of pre-pandemic closed down, restarted. So, you know, it's like everyone else, I think, has been through COVID and everything. We've all had a long navel gaze and working out what we want and we don't want. And for a long time, I was sitting there working out the things I don't want in my life. And I think I've worked those out. And then it was, what do I want? And it was to be back in travel, but focus only on the things I'm really passionate about. Don't overcomplicate things. Keep it simple and provide the service on the things I know I'm pretty good at.
Fantastic. And what would you say your biggest learning has been since being a business owner?
Biggest learn, I think, not overcomplicating things. I think it is that thing of keeping it simple. But for me, it was always, building a business was about focusing 100% on quality and service, and the money would look after itself. And building a team and building people around who believed in that as much as I did. So I never sat with my team going, how much did we make this week? It was all about which customers have we got lined up, what's going to make their holidays that bit extra special, what can we do a bit more than they would expect. And the financial side of it just sort of looked after itself, because, you know, so that would be what you know, my biggest learning was just stay focused on the good things.
Okay. And what would you say is your biggest challenge today?
Biggest challenge today is a very hard one, because we live in such a fast, dynamic world. It's staying up with the customer's needs and expectations, and staying on top of that. I think that's the biggest challenge, but that's the biggest thrill as well, as trying to be ahead of the curve and trying to you know, provide things again which are just a bit more than people expect.
All right. And what would you say inspires you most today?
It's funny. I think, again, we've had a lot of things of looking at ourselves, and the Ukrainian resistance to a bully next door, I find hugely inspiring. So I look at it and I think young people in the world want definitive change and things like gender and 101 things. And we all, I think the world's changing fast, and that really inspired. The Ukrainian change has inspired me to think we in the world are looking at things differently and want to change things, and we can change things. And it's not status quo on what was happening before.
What a great answer. Great answer. And if you could, now I'm sure it wasn't that long ago, but if you could give advice to your 18-year-old self, if that were possible, what would that be, Mark?
when I look back, I was probably a bit too quick to make decisions, probably slow down a bit, take a bit more advice, but always then back my own instincts at the end of it. Never sit there and say, I've got this advice and I'm believing so and so. When I fully believed, I took enough advice that I was 100% confident to go forward with a decision, then do it. Till that moment, you don't have to make the decisions immediately. And I'd sort of go back and say, be a bit less impulsive. I'm a very impulsive person in a business. It's not always the best thing.
Okay, all right, excellent, excellent. And are there any offers or anything that you'd like to put out to the people, newsletter readers, etc.? Is there anything you'd like to put out?
You know, I'm not trying to sit and sell a list of products. So what I'm trying to do is offer a service to people. If people would like I remember in the old days when I first started up, used to go to people's houses, used to meet people for a coffee, have a chat with them about what they want. No obligation at all, and I'd love, you know, offer that to anyone sort of Belfast and Greater Belfast and within reasonable distance to meet up with them, sit down and have a chat. I always do it on Zoom, but you know, sit down and really get under the skin of what they want and get a feel for it, and then provide them hopefully the holiday they're really looking for.
Oh, fantastic. Well, we'll make sure we include your contact details, and then anyone wants to reach out to you. So look, Mark Marais Travel, listen, thanks very much. It's great to hear about you and your business.